I'm Blake Stiller. John F. Kennedy once said, "Those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable." As ZM students, we all have taken American politics with Mr. Boyce or Mrs. Guzzi. All of us have learned the basics about the Constitution, our government, and the rights that we possess as American citizens. Flag burning should not be banned. First, I will explain why banning flag burning is unconstitutional. Second, I will explain how freedom of expression and protest strengthens our democracy. First, let's begin with the legality of flag burning. Banning flag burning is unconstitutional. According to Jeff Rosen, professor of law at George Washington University for 28 years, in the article, "Was the Flag Burning Amendment Unconstitutional?" published in 1991, an amendment banning flag burning would be unenforceable since it would conflict with both Article 5 of the Constitution and the 9th Amendment. Stated in the Constitution, which for over 200 years has been the document that is the legal framework of our government, in the 9th Amendment, ratified in 1788, all rights not otherwise explicitly stated in the Constitution are still protected. This is kind of an umbrella policy for our human rights, and flag burning or expression is covered by this. The First Amendment also protects this right. According to Josh Boris, who is licensed in Broadfield Social Studies education and has been teaching social studies for over 15 years, in the class American Politics, taught during the 2017-2018 school year, flag burning falls under symbolic speech, which is protected by the First Amendment. This symbolic speech is also part of freedom of speech, it's not just words. Many cases have been brought forward involving the First Amendment. Decided by the Supreme Court, which has been the highest court in the United States since its founding, in the case Texas versus Johnson, decided on June 21st, 1989, laws banning flag burning are unconstitutional. This essentially makes any new law banning flag burning unconstitutional until a new court case reverses it or an amendment to the Constitution is made. Now that I have discussed why banning flag burning is unconstitutional, I will discuss why exercising these rights are important to America. Protesting and freedom of expression strengthens our country. Flag burning is a form of expression that has been used in protests. Many protests, when they are first started, are unpopular to some, but in the end, you can look back and say they had positive results. A great example of this is the suffragist movement. According to Holt McDougall, a textbook manufacturing company that has been publishing textbooks since 1969, in the book The Americans, published in 2013, women all around the country in the early 1900s marched in favor of the right to vote. Eventually, this led to the 19th Amendment being passed, and women's suffrage was gained around the country. In a similar manner, civil rights were gained. African American leaders throughout the country, and especially in the South, once again organized marches. They also tried tactics like boycotting bus systems and holding sit-ins. Once again, they eventually gained civil rights peacefully. In both of these examples, our country was strengthened by peaceful protest. We now know, in short, we now know that the Constitution protects our right to bear the flag. We also know that freedom of expression and protesting strengthens our country. Flag burning should not be banned. As John F. Kennedy said, "Those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable." Hopefully, we will continue to protest peacefully and make changes without violence.